The bar had never felt so silent. Even the clinking glasses seemed to pause as Mia stood frozen near the counter, her heart thundering wildly inside her chest. The tall, tattooed stranger gripping the front of her shirt had a grin carved across his face, wide, fearless, and dangerous. Behind him, a few of his buddies snickered, their boots scraping across the wooden floor. Outside, the sun was shining, but inside, the atmosphere had shifted into something dark and cold. And as her knees trembled beneath her, the man leaned in closer and growled, "Let's see who can save you." Right arrow before the story continues. If you believe kindness, courage, and second chances still matter in this world, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support keeps real stories alive. Mia had been working at the Iron Stallion bar for 3 years, long enough to know the regulars by their drink orders, long enough to be loved by some and overlooked by most, long enough to realize that life didn't always protect the kind-hearted. She wasn't supposed to be on shift that afternoon, but bills don't care about exhaustion, so she said yes when the owner called at the last minute. She never expected that decision to collide with one of the most frightening moments of her life. The man now holding her was a drifter, nobody recognized him. He'd barged in with 3 others, already loud, already angry, already looking to pick a fight with the world. Mia had simply asked them to keep their voices down after they scared a family dining near the window. It was the kind of gentle request she'd made 1,000 times. But this time, she became the target. She felt her breath stutter as he pulled her closer, his fingers tightening. The room smelled like beer, leather, and danger. She glanced around desperately, but the crowd looked like they were carved from stone. People were scared, unsure, unwilling to get involved. And right then, Mia felt what fear truly was, not the sudden kind, but the suffocating type that wraps around your ribs and steals your strength. What she didn't realize, what no one realized, was that a group of men had been sitting quietly near the back. Men who rarely spoke but saw everything. Men with heavy leather vests, long beards, and an unspoken code of loyalty thicker than blood. The local Hells Angels chapter had been there for over an hour, enjoying a quiet drink, something they didn't get often. They respected the bar. They respected the people working in it. And they especially respected Mia, who had always treated them like human beings when others treated them like trouble. The leader of the group, a tall, broad-shouldered man named Fletcher, set his drink down slowly, so slowly the sound was almost gentle. But when he stood up, the room felt like it shifted. He didn't charge. He didn't shout. He simply began walking forward, and the rest of his crew followed behind him like a storm rising from the ground. There was a calmness about them that was more terrifying than anger. Mia's attacker noticed the shift too. His grin faltered. The noise in the room faded into a thick, heavy silence. Fletcher stopped just a few feet away, his voice deep and steady as thunder about to break. He didn't touch the man. He didn't even raise a hand. He simply looked at him, like someone who had lived through 100 fires and wouldn't mind walking through one more. The stranger's earlier confidence melted into something smaller, something trembling. But Fletcher wasn't talking to him. His eyes softened as he looked at Mia, and in that brief moment, all she saw was understanding, real, protective understanding. Then he finally spoke. "You can let go now," he said, not as a threat, but as a promise. The stranger's hand fell away instantly. He tried to laugh it off, tried to back away, but Fletcher stepped forward, stopping him. He didn't harm him. He didn't need to. Instead, he leaned down slightly and said something the entire bar would remember for years. "You don't scare her anymore. You don't scare anyone here. Not today." The man and his friends left quickly, too quickly to keep any dignity. The door banged shut behind them, and the silence they left behind trembled with relief. Mia felt her legs shaking. The moment the danger passed, the weight of fear hit her all at once. Fletcher caught her elbow gently, the way someone might steady a falling leaf. She wasn't used to kindness from strangers, especially not from men who looked like him. But that day, appearances became the least important thing. When she finally found her voice again, she tried to thank him, but the words came out broken, too overwhelmed to form properly. He nodded, understanding more than she said, and one of the other bikers quietly picked up the glasses spilled on the counter. Something shifted inside her that day, something about bravery, about humanity, about seeing the goodness hidden beneath rough surfaces. The Hell's Angels weren't saints, but they were men who lived by loyalty, and Mia had earned theirs without even knowing it. From that day on, the Iron Stallion bar was different. People talked about what happened. People remembered that kindness has protectors, even in places where you least expect it. Mia walked with more confidence, the staff felt safer, and the community felt stronger. And the Hell's Angels? They didn't ask for thanks. They didn't want attention. They just kept coming in like they always did, quietly, respectfully, protectively. Right arrow if this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and share. It helps us bring more real, powerful stories to this channel.